I just about had a heart attack while watching the Falcons on Monday Night Football, but they proved to be victorious. I cannot believe how fast the first week of football went by. Pretty soon, we will be getting ourselves into February and watching the Super Bowl. Before we get into the picks, just a look back at the top comments from my question in Week 1. Will Peyton Manning be playing his last year ever in the NFL? Top comments go to BridgewatersFinest and Philip Groves, showing both sides of the spectrum. And a big shout out to ShadowFox4562 for his extremely correct prediction from last week. Now let's take a look back on how we did last week. A less than exciting 9-7 on over-under, a respectable 11-5 for against the spread, and a miraculous record of 13-3 straight up. Let's see how long this hot hand lasts for those straight up picks. Moving right on into Week 2, the first game we look at is when the Denver Broncos visit the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City is favored by 3 points and the over-under currently sits at 42. Peyton Manning looks subpar from years prior. He did not do well at all against the Ravens defense, even when the game was in Denver. If you paid close attention to his stats, he did not throw any touchdowns, but he did throw an interception. In my opinion, that game was a snooze fest up until the last minute. Ravens had a chance to win the game and then lost it. On the other hand, the Kansas City Chiefs are coming off a win red hot, looking like a playoff caliber threat. See what happens when Alex Smith throws the ball more than 10 yards? He threw 3 freaking touchdowns. The Chiefs team as a whole handled the Texans dominantly on Sunday. I predict that they will do the same thing to the Denver Broncos. I'm taking the Chiefs straight up and have them covering that 3-point spread. If last week was any indication of what's to come in Kansas City, then I'm definitely taking the over 42 points this week. Who thinks Manning will go 2 weeks in a row without throwing a touchdown? Game 2 in our triple-headed freak show this week features the reigning Super Bowl champions going into New York to take on the Buffalo Bills. The line sits at pick'em right now, which is basically 0, and the over-under is at 45 points. The Bills looked amazing against the Colts. They probably have one of the biggest home field advantages in football. Yeah, the Chiefs have the loudest stadium in the league, but the Bills' fan base was going nuts on Sunday. That defense confused the hell out of Andrew Luck, and the offense managed to break out fast and early. New England, though, took care of Pittsburgh in the regular season opener, and for those who saw the viral video of the play clock giving the Patriots more time in the huddle and actually believed it, I feel sorry for you. There's an indeterminate lag between the refs' play clock, the booth's play clock, and the broadcasting network's play clock. Patriots did what they needed to do and took care of the Steelers. I see them doing the same thing to the Bills. I see this game going way over 45 points allotted to them, so let's take the over, and let's see if the Bills can pull 2 upsets in a row and prove me wrong. The last game we're looking at is the rematch of the century. 2 NFC powerhouses collide on Sunday night when the Seattle Seahawks knock down the door of the Green Bay Packers. The line currently sits at 3.5 points to the Packers and the over-under is at 49 points. The Seahawks actually looked like shit against the Rams. Yeah, they played well, but proving that they can't get the 4th and 1 with Marshawn Lynch running at full speed, that says something for the Rams defense. It won't get any easier for them when they take on the Packers. Aaron Rodgers and company looked slow in the beginning of their matchup with the Bears. The key difference between these two teams is that the Packers put the Bears away when they needed to, and the Seahawks didn't. I see the Packers winning straight up here, but I have the Seahawks covering the 3.5 points. I have them only losing by a field goal. And one of my boldest predictions yet, I think that the 49 points is just too much for this game. So let's take the under 49. I have a feeling this Jordy Nelson injury won't be much of a setback for the Packers. For the question of the week, I know it's early, but who do you guys think will grab the number 1 spot in the draft next year? I have a feeling these can range from a lot of people, and I know it's only after week 1, but there were some teams looking like they can use another number 1 draft pick. Let's jump right into the fan favorites. First things first, you can see my record for the lock and upset of the week under my icon in the top right corner. For this week's lock of the week, I'm taking the New Orleans Saints over the Bucs. The Bucs looked horrendous against the Titans, and Drew Brees gave the Cardinals a run for their money. I think the Saints can put the Bucs away early in this one. The upset of the week, I'm going to be biased prognosticator right now, and take my home team, the Atlanta Falcons, to beat the Giants. The Giants, as of this moment, are favored by 2, and I think Atlanta can easily win this one. I know it's on the road, but I feel like Atlanta can put them away. Thanks to Paul Bate for telling me the obvious, but it made me stop and think, and now we have a brand new segment. Panthers, Steelers, Lions, Cardinals, Bengals, Titans, Rams, Dolphins, Ravens, Eagles, Colts. Last week I ended up losing 115-100 to BridgewatersFinest in the Fantasy Football League, and this week I turned the other cheek and hope to pull a win out against the Mass Tweeter Show. Check for his link in the description. I am favored to lose, but just wait until I get Le'Veon Bell and Arian Foster back. A quick update from my ESPN Eliminator Challenge, we now have a leader, Smith021. Correctly predicted the Jets to win, and they did so with a point differential of 21. Congratulations, Smith021. We lost 4 competitors last week, including Robert Sports Show, Gavin O'Connor, and Gio Knows. We bid thee farewell. If you like this video and want more like it, then be sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. And be sure to check the description for all my social media outlets in case you want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that. I like to engage with fans, so I'll see you guys in week 3.